Okay, we run everything. We will have to run the calculated field for the second one. So configure the second calculate field process. So this process needs a Python computer language code block to reformat the string values date 2016 June 13th to a date value. So with the Python format, 2016 June 13th, for writing into the date schedule field, we will copy and paste the code block without having to type it. So a version of the code with comments explaining syntax is available from Chapter 13 tutorials resources in the file here. The lines that file starting with a harsh sign are commands ignored by Python but available for us to read and understand the code. So now that we can learn some Python programming using the free online tutorials from Esri, so there are some books. I already made the video for that, so we can refer to that one. So for the second calculate field, let me close this out and double click to open it up. And for input table, we will put graffiti removal 1, and then field name we will do date scheduled, date terminated, date scheduled. And we will use the Python code get date and parentheses and %sign route name and %sign and the quotation mark. Click OK. So the get date line after date schedule runs the code block with the input value of route name in format year, month, and date. The variable ds as the code block returns a value of date schedule in the needed format month, date, value, and year. Let me double check. So, and then the code block, we have to put import date time, and we will have defined get date, the date, and we will. Alright, so let me put it back. There. Date equals datetime dot date, and year equals we converted into integer the date, and from 0 4 and parenthesis comma month equals to integer we converted into integer date, and from 4 to 6 and parenthesis day equals to integer that we converted the date, and 6 to 8, and ds equals day, and we converted it to string f time, and percent slash percent day slash percent year. Year is capitalized and parentheses, and then we will return ds. And now we click OK again. Alright, something is wrong here, so let me double check. Okay, import date and time. Alright, Python script schedule, okay, and definition get date the date, and date equals date time, and date and year we converted into integer the date from 0 to 4, and then we have a month. Okay, I don't want the space here then. integer the date from 4 to 6, parenthesis put, comma. Alright, day. Oh, I need another one. Alright, close it out. Date integer the date from 6 to 8. And ds, dd, day, string file, and time, %. Alright, I miss %, it will be month, and %day and %y is year, returns ds. Click OK. There. And now we see we completed the model, and we're going to run this. Right click on it and click run, and it ran. Good job. Okay, now we open the map in the gonna save the model. And now we can see the route and everything. We will see that the graffiti sites in the route no longer displays for graffiti removal because these sites no longer meet the query criterion that date schedule is null. So remaining are the graffiti sites for the second route, which we will schedule in the next month, in the next assignment. So here, open the attribute table for graffiti calls and sort graffiti. Add to display. Alright, add to display. Right click on it, open attribute table. It shouldn't graffiti calls. Right click open the attribute table. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna open attribute table and schedule call. Alright, gonna do a descending date scheduled. With the date schedule sorted, we can see the 8 calls just scheduled for June 13th. I think I should have a 14th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes. Something wrong is with the previous one. Let me see what's the issue here. Graffiti name. Let's run this one again. Run it again. There was a warning, it should be fine. Alright, then I already add to display. Alright, and then add to display. Add to display, alright. Gonna refresh it. It doesn't have the button to refresh it. Alright, then I'm gonna do is, let's run this again. It shouldn't matter. This should be 1, 2. Four. Alright. Let's see. Control Z. Okay, I'm gonna rerun here. So graffiti call removal 2. Okay, I can do 2. And here will be route name. Route name still 2. Okay, and then here I will say route %. Okay. It should be route equals. No changes. Okay. See. Add it. Let's see. Alright. Run it again. Nope. Edit. Okay, let's see. Open. Yeah. We do have some issue here. And now let's try one more. So now in the contents pane, we're gonna remove route. Close this out. Okay, I'm gonna remove route. Remove. And then we're going to select 6 remaining graffiti calls. We will select 6. Oh, okay, because previously I didn't select. I'm gonna go to select. Not rectangle. Graffiti calls. Where's my graffiti calls? Okay. Folder. I'm gonna add the graffiti calls. Alright, graffiti calls. Okay. There. So I'm gonna select open attribute table. We're going to select 6 remaining. And then I'm gonna back up a little bit for the data. Alright. The graffiti removal. Alright, so the graffiti calls, we still have to select on it because right now we have a 611 make feature layer. Not this one. Alright. It should be the first one. Alright, so here, if I accidentally did something, then I cannot select this layer. And then we will return to BNC model successfully by right-clicking and clicking open and not edit. And then when we run the model, there are no parameters to supply. And then we can click run. Then we open model C. Then run the model. Look at the map. So, run model B. Then run model B, run model C successfully by right-clicking and clicking open, and then run model B. When we open model C, we will type this for route name. Okay, so it's a little weird. So let's see. Just open. We don't have a parameter to run. I don't remember we set up parameter to run. So, alright, so if we don't do this and see if we can continue. So now we're gonna finish it up and see if we can run it and see all the results from the ArcGIS collector. So now the public works supervisor who is in charge graffiti removal must visit each graffiti site called in 2311 to make several assessments. So now she inspects graffiti and completes the following tasks, so including entering data for the call in graffiti calls using the collector. So number 1, we will collect the location of a graffiti call if in error. And the second one is decide whether to determine the removal process, for example, because no graffiti exists, and if the call is terminated. Entering the date in date terminated. And number 3 is enter the date in date approval if she plans to schedule the graffiti for removal. And number 4 is classify and select the graffiti type for graffiti type code. And then enter an artist tag or other identifier if the graffiti and its artist can be identified. And then choose the removal method and select a value of removal type and equals to code. And number 7 is estimate the time in minutes for removing the graffiti and enter the value in work time estimate. So we will create